When it comes to lead generation, there's a lot of different strategies out there, but one that you cannot argue that is effective is calling. Cold calling works as well. But the reason why you have a bad taste about cold calling is you thought cold calling was for everyone, when cold calling is for the right people. You need to call the right people, not just call anyone. Now, to make sure that you're not wasting time calling anybody, we need to get an understanding of our customer personas. Target marketing is all about marketing to the right people. So if we're talking about software as a service and we're talking about what their personas are going to be, we got to understand it. Let's just break it down into 3 different categories. They're going to include executives and leadership teams, mid and entry level employees, and solopreneurs. Those are going to be the 3 categories. So we got to make sure that the messaging that we create, the content that we create, is meant for each of those. You can't create the same messaging expecting all 3 of those to get to where you want them to go. It's going to take special messaging for each one to personalize. Now, when you're getting personal, you need to understand people and you need to understand what really gets them moving. You need to understand, what are their needs? What can they not go without? What can they not go without? You also want to get an understanding of their wants. What do they desire, but they don't have? And then what is their challenges, which is bridging the gap. What is stopping them from getting their needs and their wants? Their needs, their wants, and their challenges. Once you really understand those 3 about your personas, then you can start creating the content that's going to move them. Now let's go to the next persona, social media marketing. It's really going to be set up the same way. Executives, leadership, mid and entry level, solopreneurs, your marketing, your strategy, your product, your solutions have to really, really be personalized. And it starts from the personas. Same thing. Needs, wants, challenges, what they can't go without, which is their needs, what they desire but don't have, there's their wants, and then what are the challenges that are stopping them from getting both. So again, we're about to start cold calling. So before you really cold calling, if you want to start landing the right people, you got to understand your audience, and you really got to have a UVP, a unique value proposition. That's the offer you need. You need something easy to a specific audience that you can offer, that you know it'll be hard for them to say no to. For you to get that, you got to stop trying to recreate the wheel. You got to stop trying to create from scratch. Look, where there are wants and needs, there's money being spent. Just know, where somebody wants something, they're going to spend it. If somebody needs something, they're going to go get it. You just have to find those people who are doing the spending. But where there's wants and needs, there's money being spent. And instead of worrying about trying to create it from scratch or is somebody going to like it, you need to start thinking about how fast is it going to take for you to reach a lot of people, the right people. How much is it going to cost you, and how long do you need these customers to be on board? You need to start thinking about that. If you're trying to make $1 million, you're going to need a whole lot of leads and a whole lot of customers, spending a whole lot of money, and it's going to cost you a lot to do that. You need to start thinking, how fast do I want to get there? How much do I want to spend, and for how long? So here's an example of a bad unique value proposition versus a good unique value proposition. A bad one is we offer lead generation services to small businesses. I mean, who doesn't do that? There's a lot of companies who offer that where that's not even their main service. It's just an add-on. So you don't want to be that simple, even though that may be what you do, but that's not a unique value proposition. A good one is we increase sales by streamlining conversations into one inbox, making it easy for your team to craft personalized messages in real time. That's a good value proposition. That's good if you're talking to the executive team. That's also a good one if you're talking to the mid-level team. That's good for a lot of different personas, because who wouldn't want to have everything streamlined so they can respond quick and be personalized? That's what sales and marketing is all about. All right, so you have a good mindset of cold calling, you have a target audience and a good unique value proposition. I'm going to give you the hottest lead generation niche in 2023, 2024, and something that you can offer, and that is website optimization. Everybody needs to optimize their website because every day people are driving traffic to their website. They're trying to get more engagement, which means there's a whole lot of conversations happening right now that your team needs to be managing. And if they have to go from Gmail to Outlook to Salesforce to this platform to that platform, it's hard to manage. You got calls, emails, text, you got chat. You got 9-10 different channels that you need to be on. Not you should, you actually need to be on them because the more engagement, the more success. So now you offer this to your target audience. So just imagine all the small businesses out there, the solopreneurs, the event planning businesses, all the businesses that are run by like 3 to 5 employees, and they have a website. They probably don't have chat because they don't have enough employees to really manage chat. So one of the things you can offer with this two-way chat to text is an option to give them a chat option that's relevant to today. Not the dying chat option, which is live chat, where people are really getting rid of live chat. You're going to find when you contact some of these businesses, they may have had chat before, but decided, you know what, this is just too much to handle. I'm spending way too much time with spam. I'm spending way too much time with things that have nothing to do really with my business, but I have this chat on there, so I feel like I gotta have it because everybody else has it, and you should have a chat, but you should need a better option. You don't want spam and complaints, and you don't want to have issues where you don't even have enough coverage even. So with two-way chat to text, the better option is because you have to provide a mobile phone number to submit a chat. So it pops up on your website just like anything else. It's easy to install. They can enter in what they're looking for. They can hit submit with their phone number. And now you have a lead with the name and you know what they're interested in. And you can set automation up behind that. You got higher quality leads because how many people give you their mobile phone number if they're not really interested in something? So this is a great solution you can call 10 businesses, and you're only calling businesses who are small businesses, of course, look new, probably don't have a whole lot of reviews. You can Google and find them real quick in your local area. Go to their website, probably don't have a chat. There's probably some other things that you can find that they don't have. And then you just start engaging with them. You reach out to them, you call them, and then you're going to use the script that I'm going to give you. Now, before you get all nervous about what to do when they pick up the phone, you got to understand that most of the calls that you make, they're not going to get answered. The numbers show that 80% of sales calls go to voicemail. 90% of recipients don't even return the first voicemail. So it's actually better for you to call even more. But at first, you just got to understand that your voicemail does matter. All right. Now, here's an script for your voicemail. Hi, my name is John. I was looking on your website and just had a few questions. Please call me back at X. Real short, real sweet. And you're probably thinking, well, why so short? Right? Don't you hate when somebody's short with you? But a cold voicemail won't close the deal. You're not going to close the deal with some random voicemail that nobody knows you. The goal is to warm up the lead by getting them to call you back. That's the main thing. When you leave a voicemail, like I was on your website and I just had a few questions, most businesses are going to return that call because they can't afford not to return that call. It's that simple. So now let's get to the good stuff, which is the in-call script. So let's say you are calling out for this chat to text tool. And again, you're calling businesses who have websites and you know they don't have a chat option. So, hey, X, this is John. I was on your website and had a few questions. Is the manager available? Regardless of what they say, you're going to say, I see that you offer X, but notice you didn't have a way for visitors to chat when things are fresh on their mind. Was this by choice? If they say, yes, this was by choice, we got too many complaints, or yes, whatever it is. Okay, I understand, which is why we actually require a mobile phone to chat, and you can respond via text. This usually limits the amount of spam and the amount of people who are just, bots and fake accounts. Would you like to try it out for free for a month? If they say, no, this was not by choice. Okay, well, look, I know this is a random sales call and you're probably busy, but would you be interested in a low cost option that allows your visitors to start a conversation when they're on your website? So far, we have our initial message, hey X, this is John. I was on your website, had a few questions. Is a manager available? Next, you wait for their response. It really doesn't matter what they say because your response is going to be pretty much the same. I see you offer X, but notice you don't have a way for your visitors to chat when things are fresh. This is something that really should spark a business owner's mind and just be like, oh, wait, when people are fresh, that is true. I don't have anybody, they can't chat with me. Excuse me. I make them fill out a contact form or whatever it may be. Chat is much better. So that gets them to pique their interest a little bit. And then if they respond with yes, you can say, okay, I understand. Repeat what they said as far as what their issue was, because usually there's probably going to be an issue. And then you go to offering them something free as far as what the solution is. The solution is chat to text. Now, if they say, I'm interested, great. So what we would like to do is demo this feature and provide you some example workflows with scripting. Usually takes not longer than 30 minutes, but we can go longer if needed. Is tomorrow a good time? You want to get that call scheduled. That's your win. That's your win. Now, if they say, no, I'm not interested, it's blank here. What do you say if they say they're not interested? Oh, no worries. How about I send you over some more information via email? That works. And that's perfect. And that's actually what we're going to talk about next in the next episode. So if learning how to take it from the call to email to customer is something you're interested in, just comment below and subscribe, and I'll get that video for you.